Hello. Hello, everybody. It is Dr. Ali, and I am here to share with you this presentation webinar, Summer Survival for Moms. So I am a chiropractor in Bolton at Family Health Chiropractic, and I'm just going to take not even hopefully 15 minutes of your time to talk a little bit about this upcoming summer and how we can get through as mothers. So the big thing I really want to talk about is survival versus abundance, because we've all been in survival mode. So we have a choice as we enter into this summer about whether or not we want to get thrown into summer, wake up every day, get through the days, and all of a sudden we're back to school shopping, or do we want to go into summer in abundance thinking as opposed to just getting through? So again, I'm going to take maybe the next 15 minutes. I'm going to give you 3 action steps and 3 activities that also won't take you longer than 15 minutes. Therefore, in less than 30 minutes, you can get into the right mindset for summer. I see lots of moms and families at my practice in Bolton Family Health Chiropractic, and I am one of you. I have 3 daughters, so I can feel that I connect really well with you and I understand the challenges that some of you are facing with younger kids or middle-aged or even teenagers, and I get what you're going through. I am surrounded by women, whether it be my own kids, their friends' moms, fellow doctors, patients in my office. And I see what happens when these women put themselves first, but I also see what happens when they don't. So here we go. Let's start it off. Our action step number 1 is that we are going to stop focusing on what we need to conquer, and we're going to start focusing on what we need to amplify. So this pretty much is summed up because women, especially moms, are really good at always looking at what we need to fix, as opposed to seeing what we're doing well and maybe what we can make a little bit better than well. And it's easy as moms to see where we're failing. So I want us to try and stop getting stuck on those moments where you didn't do things. Anxiety build because you think that had you done XYZ, your kids would have been better off. And instead, I want you to focus on the times when you're having fun together, where you're laughing, where you're creating great connections and memories, and you're actually shaping their lives in a positive way, because this probably happens way more often than those moments when you're failing. It's just a lot easier for us to see those not so great moments. So in relation to that, here's your first activity. So I need you to grab a journal, a piece of paper, a notebook from Dollarama, whatever you have. And at the end of this, you are going to write down, what do you want more of this summer? So I want you to write examples of those days where everything goes right with your kids, with your spouse, with your friends. This is a bit of a brain dump, so I don't want you to judge your answers. Don't think about it too much. You're just going to spew out all those things that you want to do this summer, that you want more of. So who do you want to do them with? How are you going to do them? Where are you going to do them? You can share this with your family or you want, with your family if you want. You can even ask for their input if you want. You can ask your kids, hey, when are some of those days that we have? Or what was your favorite memory from last summer that you want to repeat? And get it down on the paper. This is a time for you to ask for your wish list of all those great things you want to do this summer. So that's activity number 1. Our action step number 2 is to stop saying yes to what doesn't align with number 1, meaning stop saying yes to all those things that aren't part of your wish list for summer. So it's really easy as women to fall into these roles of obligation, and because we don't want to be judged for saying no. But when things don't align with what you want to do, we don't do them sometimes. So we want to start looking at the things that are necessary for us to do for ourselves and for our family. So here is the second thing you're going to write down in that journal is the activity number 2 is what needs to be on your stop doing list for the summer. So where are you feeling more obligated to do things than things that you want to do? And what can you cut out so that you aligned with the things that you want to amplify this summer? So for example, maybe you've fallen into a trend of binge watching Netflix, and instead you want to read a book or two this summer. Or maybe you have so many volunteer commitments that they're eating time away from time with your family or for yourself. Maybe you've fallen into a bad habit of scrolling through Facebook or Instagram too many hours a day. And those some of that time can be used for doing exercise or an activity with your kids. Again, there's no wrong or right answers. This is just a moment to kind of reassess your routine and to make sure that you're filling your time with the things that make you happy. Sometimes people think an exercise like this is a bit hokey or it's not going to really do anything, but trust me, if you put a little bit of time and intention into these things, they will happen for you. And again, this isn't going to take you hours or days. This is just going to take maybe 15 minutes when we're all done. Action step number 3 is for all the super mamas out there, which pretty much is all of you. And this is to stop shouldering the burden alone and to start surrounding yourself with people who live and breathe, number 1, and number 2. So it's sometimes easy for us to think of the things we have to get done. And then if we think by the time I actually talk about that and explain it and give the instructions, I could have just got it done. And so we don't delegate and we don't ask for help. But the problem with that is that then we become this island and it's us against the world. We get super overwhelmed, we get stressed, and we go into survival mode. Not a good thing. So we want to, again, surround ourselves with people, with women that live, ladies that pour into themselves, the ones that are doing the things they want to do, the things that make them happy. So find those people. And so to go along with this action step, let's hit activity number 3, which is to plan at least one thing per month that's just for you. Okay, it doesn't have to be huge. If you could plan 1 to 2 things in each of those months, that would be even better. And some of these can be small, like, a walk by yourself or to listen to a podcast while you're walking. It can be wine with some girlfriends. It can be dessert with your spouse. These are all about abundance. They're about making you happy and creating that abundance for yourself. These pour into your own cup. So that you can be a better mom, a better partner, a better career person. We've got 2 months here, July and August. I'd love for people to leave a comment maybe on some of the things that you're committing to for those months for yourself. And if you post it there, you better believe that I will be on you to check in and to ask you how it went and to make sure that you're getting it done to pour into your own cup. Some of this is the best way to actually hit the reset button on yourself so that you don't wake up at the end of August and wonder where the time went and wonder, why you're so tired, wonder why you're actually a little bit miserable, because we definitely don't want that part. We want this to be the summer of abundance. So I just wanted to wrap things up a little bit with some women fear the fire and some simply become it. I want you ladies to be the fire. I want you to swap some of that kids' time for your own time. Be creative, write these lists. I'm sure people are going to come up with some really fun things and make a memorable summer. It's really, really important to fill your own cup so that you have some left over for others. So again, remember, this was, look at that, not even 10 minutes. So I'm even took less of your time than I expected. There's 3 activities for you to do that aren't even going to take you 15 minutes to complete. And you will go through this next 2 months of summer with great weather and sunshine. And you will be not in survival mode, but you instead will have a mindset of abundance and of what's possible. So enjoy the last week of school. Kids will be off very soon if they're not already off from high school. And I can't wait to hear how it goes. Enjoy.